April 25th. Pollinators and birds are in the air doing their thing. It's the 22nd day of my repotting season. And actually, there's a bit of a surprise that popped up this spring that I've been keeping an eye on. And it's that mountain ash in there. I decided not to repot this one last year because I thought everything in here was dead. There is a little birch in here as well that lived, so that's why I kind of kept this pot for this birch, because I knew I was going to repot that this year. But you know, this mountain ash, I was pretty sure it died off. It had multiple trunks there, they all died up, you know, dried up and died. But there's 1, 2, 3 actually nice shoots that are opening up. So that's a nice living mountain ash, and I'll be able to put that into a pot and get that going this year. So yeah, this stuff is just in the sand still, that I brought it home in from up north about a year and a half ago, over a year and a half. It was August 2020. So yeah, this is pretty interesting. It's got some weird stuff going on at the bottom of the trunk there. I think that's mostly just sand and whatever else, moss, I guess. So yeah. So I'll figure out what's going on down there when I do this repotting. I can just prune off the dead stuff on top, let this grow up as the leader, and then that's actually a really funky little tree. I'm really happy that this one survived. Pleasantly surprised. So I'll go ahead and get that done today before it starts raining. There's supposed to be thunderstorms and lots of rain today, so I'll get what I can done before that. And then I think that flowering apricot, or rather the apricot tree that's flowering, is a nice background for this video. So first, just a quick little spin of these guys. I showed them earlier, but yeah, there's a bunch of nice moss growing in there that I can collect and use. And then I'll pull out all the weeds as well. I'll end up using the sand for something in the future. Not quite sure what yet. So it might be kind of tricky to get this out of here. It's just as you can see, an orange juice container that I used. Maybe I'll just cut it open here. I'll use this knife that I've been using for air layering. I don't use the front of the blade here for the air layering. I use this part. So it's okay if that dulled it a little bit. So interesting. It grew moss like all down the center, or the edge of the pot, edges. Let's see if I can just go like this. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. See, I only had these tiny drainage holes in there, so it stayed really wet all year round. I didn't have to water it much. Yeah. Should have prepared for this video better. I didn't even get the pots set up. Okay, we'll get the little birch potted up in this clay pot and the mountain ash in this one. Interesting. What? Oh, okay. That's cool. So these dead trunks were actually from the birch, and instead of dying, it threw up a sucker there. Okay, that's cool. Except there's no roots up here. Where are all the good roots? Jeez. Those ones are dead. Might have to rethink my plan of attack here. Might have to put this in a bigger pot as well. Where does that go to? Okay, so I got that. Wow, that is a weird looking tree. So all the roots are way the heck down here. This is very surprising. I was not expecting this at all. Didn't realize, first of all, that it was a sucker growing from there. Just wash it off. Wow. I have no idea what the heck I'm gonna do with this thing now. That's so weird. Like, I can plant it like this and almost have like another kind of weird raft style thing. I don't know. Should I keep this dead wood? Probably not. I'll take that off to just here for now. That dead wood I can keep. And maybe I don't know how I'm gonna plant this thing. Super strange. Can I even fit it in one of these? Yeah. Guess. I'll have to bury it quite deep into this pot. I won't bother cutting any roots. And it doesn't really matter how they're arranged, I guess. Actually, I'll snip the ends off. Hopefully they can get some subdividing. I guess I'll roughly plant it like this. Use my fingers to separate the roots for now. Okay. Well, it's a weird one. That is for sure. But I like weird. Weird is never boring. So I guess it's just gonna be planted like this, kind of like a weird chicken foot coming out of the the pot there. It's almost like a cascade style that doesn't cascade. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe I can kind of grow it like a cascade tree in the future. If it even survives. Yep, okay. That's it for now. I won't prune anything. I'll just try and, get it to keep growing first, and then I can worry about pruning in the future. Okay, so that's birch number 2. I think it's probably another silver birch. It grows the same kind of fuzzy bark on the new growth. So silver birch number 2 that was. And this one is going to be mountain ash number 4. Bunch of other roots in there. Must have come from these weeds, hopefully. If I didn't rip a bunch of roots out of here. The sand is pretty heavy. Just want to let it fall off gradually from the bottom instead of coming off in big clumps, because that's what'll rip those fine roots. Okay, so this root system is quite large actually. I'm gonna need to put this in something a little bit bigger than what I had planned. Maybe into one of these. Yeah, I think that'll work. Alright, I'm gonna turn the camera off for a minute, get myself reorganized here, cleaned up. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm all sorted here. So yeah, quite interesting. There's not a lot of roots on here, but like the way these mountain ash tree roots grow, they're almost like carrots or something. I think that was the old original leader that died off at some point and the other one took off. Just trying to scrape all the moss and junk away from the base there. So I don't want to do a lot of root pruning here. There's not a lot of roots to go with. I'm just going to focus on, getting it in good bonsai soil, letting it grow strong for a year and hopefully develop some fine roots up here somewhere. Because eventually, if that could be the very base, in the start of the root plane, that would be great because it thickens up until there and then it goes thinner. So eventually I'll cut it here, but for now I need to keep everything if I can, and I think I can. So yeah, I won't worry about, I won't worry too much anyways about making sure roots are growing radially and whatnot. I just want them to grow strong. So, they're pretty much just gonna start circling around the pot right away, which is fine. I think, that's actually a pretty good start. Get everything in there nice and deep. Yeah, I can even push the bottom of that farther down. Something like that. So that even the tops of these little fine roots can be in the soil. Okay. Just gonna add a bunch in like this. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. Yeah, happy with that. Bunch of water. I'll also take off the dead parts now. I'll just cut that back to there for now. Not quite to live wood, just almost. And then I'll carefully get in here. Do the same for that's kind of weird. It's like empty in there. It's just a hollow tube. Strange. I've never seen that before with the tree. Wonder if there was something living in there. What? That just keeps going. Wow. So strange. See that? Yeah. It goes really far in there. I don't know. I guess I'll just leave it for now, because I can't really cut more off. I mean, I can do a little bit, but not much. Gotta be careful. Yeah, that's all I dare do for now. And the rain has started. So that's my cue to finish this video. But I actually really like this tree. I hope it lives. I think I gave it a really good chance, leaving all its roots intact. You know, the only weird thing is that empty part here, but hopefully these veins will, help seal that off, and whatever ends up rotting out from the middle there, doesn't go too bad. Yeah. Well, forgot to bring the little birch in for its final spin. The weird chicken foot, raptor claw, T-Rex arm? I don't know. It's a weird looking thing, whatever it is. But I kind of like it. Hopefully it grows on. But that's it for this one. As always, thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Cheers.